This is a recording on how to use the codon chart. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about. First of all, this is the entire codon chart. You do not have to memorize it. Codon charts deal with what DNA makes. DNA makes proteins. All of our organs, everything in our body is made up of proteins except for the bones. There's protein in them, but they're mostly minerals. So DNA codes for the production of a gene, of a protein, hair color, eye color, size of your stomach. So the codon chart's always in RNA because RNA is what the ribosome reads. So this first codon is UAC. To make this easier, I'm just going to cover the chart right here. We don't need to see the C. This is the first codon in the letter, the first letter in the codon. We don't need to see anything about the first letter being a C because we're right here. It's a U. We don't need to see the A or the G. So this codon is UAC. So the first letter in the codon, I have a circle around U. The second letter in the codon is an A. So these columns going down refer to the second letter. So it says right here, my second letter is an A. So I'm going to pick up this, I'm going to pick up the black thing, there we go, and I'm going to drag the circle over to the A. So UA, U means the answer is only in this row. It's an amino acid on this row. And remember, amino acids build proteins. The second letter of the codon is A. So that means it's only this box. So on a multiple choice test, anything that did not say tyrosine or stop, you just cross those off because it can't be those anyway. Because where U and A intersect is this bigger square right here, made up of these little 4 rectangles. The third letter in the codon is a C. So I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to drag it over here. Now, why am I not going to drag it down to that C? Well, this C is the correct letter if the first letter in the codon is also a C. And the first letter in the codon is a U. So the only C on this whole column that matches the first letter being a U is that first one. So if I kind of move this over, okay, so now I have blocked all these other letters over here because the third letter of the codon could be a U, a C, an A, or a G. So the answer to that, UAC, is the codon tyrosine. So that would be your answer. All right, let's look at the second codon, and I did not number these, so I'm just going to do that now. All right, so the second codon is CCG. Well, first of all, I got to find where this is the first letter. I got to go down this column. Oh, there's my C right there. So I'm just going to take my little circle and I'm going to drag it down. But I can't see it because I got this box in the way. This is our cheat sheet here. So, whoa, why is it doing that? All right, so there we go. So I'm going to cover the first letter of the codon being A or G because we're doing number 2 right now, and that says C. Okay. The second letter in this codon is also a C. So I'm going to take this A. Where up here is there a C? Right there. So now where this C and this C intersect is this box right here. And guess what? Every single one of the amino acids in that bigger box says the same thing. So the answer is automatically proline. So that's your answer. But let's just make sure we get the third letter right. Number 2 says the third letter in the codon is a G. So I'm going to take this circle. Which G do I use? Well, if I use this G and I'm taking my little mouse and I'm going to drag it across, that G is only used when the first letter of the codon is a U. Well, we're on number 2, and the first letter of the codon is a C. So it's not that G. Okay, let's go down to the second G that I see, okay? So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag my cursor across, and this G is when the first letter of the codon is a C. Well, there it is. A C is the first letter, and a G is a third. So this is the right G. So now I look at where these three circles overlap. So this G, I'm going to follow it over, boom. So it's this proline. That is the name of that amino acid that goes into that protein. All right, now ACT. In fact, let me not do that one yet. Let's do ACU. Oops. Let's look up ACU. So now the first letter, we're in number 3, the first letter of the codon is an A. So I've got to take this C, and this is my first letter column. I got to drag it down till I see an A. Okay, so I'm just going to cover up this bottom part because we don't need that part. So now I'm only looking in this column, this row right here. But I need to narrow it down some more. So the second letter is a C. Well, it's already there. So AC, it doesn't matter what the third letter is again because it's the base threonine, the amino acid, sorry. So let's look and find it though. This letter should be a U. So I've got to drag this G around. So am I going to use this U down here? Well, if I follow it across, this U, I'm using my mouse, this U is only used when the first letter of the codon is a G. Is my first letter a G? No. So it's not that one. So let's drag this up to here. Sorry guys, there we go. So U, so this U goes all the way across, and yep, that matches an A, so that works. So I'm going to stop now in the C column. So the answer to this, it's this particular box of threonine. Now, here's one where I have the codon, and the EOC likes to do this, is TAC. Do you see a T in this codon chart? No, it is RNA, but they gave you DNA. So what we have to do is we have to transcribe this. We have to take the DNA and turn it into RNA. So the T bonds with what in RNA? Well, it bonds with A, so it's going to be an A. All right. What does an A bond with in RNA? Does it bond with a T or a U? Okay. It bonds with a U. There is no DNA. There is no U in RNA, in DNA. C is easy. It always binds with G. So what we're actually looking for right here, we're not looking for TAC. There's no T in this chart. We're looking for AUG. So the first letter is one of these. So I've already found the A. The second letter, I've got C highlighted. So where's U? Oh, it's right over here. So now I am literally, the answer is either this I word, pronounced isoleucine, or it is start, or methionine. So we need that third letter, AUG. So this now, am I going to use this G? Well, if I go all the way across with my cursor, this G is only used when the first letter of the codon is a C. And the first letter is not a C, it's an A. So I have to come down and find the right G. So let's look at this G. If I use my cursor and follow it over, then yes, that's the right G because here's my A. So what is the answer? It is the word start or methionine. And a lot of times in the codon charts or on the EOC questions, they, instead of writing out the whole word, they just use the first three letters. So methionine would be MET, M-E-T. Isoleucine would be ISO. Okay, so hopefully this helps you in using the codon chart. Also, if you have questions, you can shoot me an email. I've gotten several already, which is why I'm doing this again. So this will be posted just for this video.